Are you ready? Don't be scared. He is our salvation. He's coming again. Be scared of not doing the right thing. Be scared of choosing who to bow down to, who you're kissing, okay? Because you might just be kissing Judah. Judas, I'm sorry. Thank you, Holy Spirit. See, don't try to honor God with your lips if your heart is not in it, is far from Him. God's people were pretending to honor God with their lips, but their hearts were far from God, just like today's fake ass pastors and false prophets, false preachers out there. People paying money to hear stupidity, to hear belittling and judgment towards others, to make somebody look stupid. All putting these false prophets on pedestals in big houses with big wardrobes while you suffer and don't know where your next bill or your meal is going to come from. And the Lord said, because this people draw near with their mouth and honor me with their lips, while their hearts are far from me, and their fear of me is a commandment taught by men. If you read Isaiah 29, Jesus calls people who live this way hypocrites. Okay? You hypocrites. Well, did Isaiah prophesy of you when he said it? These people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines the commandments. You see, the Pharisees and the scribes had created rituals and traditions that they expected everyone to keep. These were man-made rules added to the words of God that they required people to follow. While they followed all of these rules and looked righteous on the outside and on the inside, rotting darkness. Their hearts are not from God. Jesus condemns you today by calling you all hypocrites. It is easy to speak so eloquently and pretend to be close to God, but God sees your heart. He knows your heart. And over time, you will take a look at the entirety of someone's life. You can detect who is real and authentic and who is not. You need to draw near to God today and let His word and the Holy Spirit be. Yes, let Him be your guide. He loves you too much. There's many people on TikTok with 700,000 subscribers. You know who I speak of. Many of them. If you are connected to God and you call yourself a pastor, you cannot be depressed. There's no way you can be depressed. This man sits on TikTok and cries and wants people's pity. All while you sit there and you are sucked by his darkness. A man of God should not fear, should not fall into depression. He doesn't look for other people's validations and pity. I can sense and I can hear God saying, He is not in my covenant. He is not in my covenant. A person that sits with God is happy. We lack nothing. Somebody can leave us today. We will heal of it because we understand this is not a man of God. She is not a woman of God. You will get it. If you start choosing yourself and start listening to yourself, pray to God and He will give you the answers. Some of you have muddled thinking and it's a muddled living. It leads to living in mud. That's what it means. See, Isaiah prophesies that the Assyrian invasion would come, right? And it came just as he prophesied it. And so King Hezekiah was scared, and Isaiah encouraged Hezekiah not to be afraid and to trust in the Lord, just like many of us do. We preach it to you guys. So Hezekiah then went and spread out his problems before the Lord and cried out to him for deliverance. Since this was a military battle, he cried out to God as the Lord of hosts or the Lord of armies. God answered his prayers and destroyed the Assyrians in just one night. See, look what happened and how God answered his prayers in Isaiah. I believe it's Isaiah 37, chapter 37, 36.